What up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel, Dap Universal. I'm Dap, so coming back at you with another pick a card reading, and today we're looking at how do men view you. Yep, how do men view you? Just think it's just as simple as the title sounds. You don't have to necessarily be into men romantically for this to work. I will split the readings into two parts. We'll start off with the platonic and then the romantic. So two different energies in one pile. All you gotta do is take a deep breath, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you want to. Thank you. And pick an image you see on the screen. And you'll find the corresponding reading in the timestamps below in the description or in the pinned comment. I am taking bookings for readings. I have a special that I call $10 Tarot. We could do a deep dive into any one topic or one question. All you gotta do is click the link that says tinyurl $10 Tarot, and I will deliver that to you within 24 to 48 hours as a private video that you can watch anytime you want to. Also give you a custom thumbnail with your name on it. Just make sure to email me the details of your reading after you send payment to DapUniversal@gmail, and I got you. But yeah, so if you have had enough time to pick your piles, go ahead and find your reading in the timestamps, and I will see you in a minute. Bye for now. What up, pile number one, and welcome to your reading. We're looking into how do men currently view you. So basically, quick little disclaimer, you don't have to be dating or even necessarily into men for this to kind of like resonate. I am gonna split each pile into two sections. So the first part is the platonic, and then we kind of ease our way into the romantic. So basically, we look at how men around you view you who may not be necessarily romantically connected to you, like friends, acquaintances, family members, co-workers, that kind of thing. And then we kind of shift into like maybe how men who are romantically interested in you, exes, that kind of thing, how they view you, okay? Sounds easy enough. So what I want to do first is, I said we're going to start with the platonics. I do want to pull some of these color oracles to kind of get an idea of what your vibe is to these people. We did a pre-shuffle already, so those cards are already on the screen. I have hunger, illumination, hunger and illumination. These two really orange cards. I don't know if orange is your favorite color or not, but like, it's very bright. You give off vibes of someone who is very enlightened, maybe someone who has an understanding of, like, say, it gives me like someone who's educated, like say the lower mind, like that that very much like that Gemini type of energy, that Mercurian type of knowledge, like say very articulate, likes to like do research, that kind of thing. But you also have like a thirst or a hunger for like spiritual knowledge. Like you come across as a overall very curious person, with judgment being the main card that you pulled. I feel like that's a lot of Plutonian energy. You find power in knowledge. I feel like you are confident enough to assert yourself when you know that you are right in a situation. So men can find you a little bit intimidating on the platonic side. They also find that you have great conversation. Like you may be someone who is a really good at having those deep conversations, those philosophical conversations, spiritual conversations. They see you that way. And you have a certain way of showing your power through words. So you could be like, say, you could be a Scorpio, you could be a Sagittarius, you could have your, you could have like your Mercury or your Saturn in Sagittarius especially. Something about the way you communicate is very Sagittarian. Meaning that it's like like you stand very firm in what you believe in, and you like these deep conversations, and you like those uncomfortable conversations too. What I mean by that is like you're not afraid to take it to a place that's controversial or a place that may not be very, like, say, unpopular opinions. You would be right there with it. You're not afraid to be bold. The thing is, with the Ten of Wands in reverse, they may see you a little bit as not necessarily, it's like you start conversations and you're deep, but you may not be necessarily there for like the bullshit. Like when, as soon as things may go kind of like left, or like there may be a perceived sense of like maybe someone can't keep up or whatever, you kind of dismiss them. You may be a little bit dismissive to people that's how they think of you anyway. Because like I said, it's intimidating. Like they don't want to be shut down by you. You're not afraid to shut somebody down. The Knight of Wands kind of comes up in reverse, kind of clarifying that. To me, it's like somebody who can be a little bit hot-headed or a little bit come across as somebody who could be maybe a know-it-all. But a lot of times, men may think of women like that whenever they feel like they assert themselves like in a masculine type of way, whatever that means. They look at, sometimes men can look at, say, a woman who's just confident in what she says or what she knows and like not taking any mansplaining or bullshit for like not taking it. It's like a lot of times I feel like men can look at that as like emasculating for some reason. And so they kind of like I said, like people see it as a little bit intimidating. Even on the platonic side. Also, you may not fall into traditional like roles when it comes down to like, say, like what women are expected to do. So like family members especially may be a little bit, they could have been a little bit antagonistic about it or like confrontational about it. Like say, like if you have a lot of males in your family and you kind of like fall under that, like say if you just like things that typically women don't normally go towards or lean towards, you may have had to kind of stand up for yourself or fight your way into like being accepted or something like that when you were younger, or even like around your peers, like just for liking like non-feminine things or like not just being into just what's stereotypically feminine. Now the positive is the Eight of Wands in reverse. I think you are one of those people that may not, you know how to hold water. And how do I say that? It's like the Eight of Wands in reverse is about fast communication, like flying off the edge of your like seat trying to like respond to somebody, or like it's very much directed energy. When it's in reverse, it feels like it pulls itself back. You know how to hold yourself back, or you know how not to give everything at once. It's like there's a certain mystery to you that like say the platonic men around you kind of like. It's like you don't necessarily cling too much. You don't necessarily like make things awkward. Like say if it's a friend or something like that. You're really good at also maybe keeping. I'm hearing keeping secrets. I see the Page of Swords in reverse. This is somebody who knows a lot but may not necessarily say a lot. It's like you hold on to stuff. It's like you observe. I think people see you as like the observant one. So like they may come to you and like, hey, what'd you get out of this situation? Like especially if they're like looking for maybe a female perspective or something like that. You may not give it unless it's warranted or asked for, but they do trust your judgment because you are honest. All right. They do trust your judgment because you are honest. Now let's switch and see how these romantic situations play a part in how men see you. So 1 second. All right. So I'm gonna start off with these oracle cards to see like maybe how you leave men feeling, or what they would say to you like on a romantic level before we get into the tarot. I see no and maybe. No and maybe. They are waiting for you. One fell on the floor. I am in so much pain. All right. So, and you are right on the bottom of the deck. So what I'm getting is, you're the type of person that made like, men who are romantically interested in you or have been romantically involved with you, they may not necessarily see or acknowledge how much they may seem to like you or how much you mean to them until after the fact. They may not even think much of it until after the fact. You leave a certain sense of like damn whenever you're entangled with people. And what I mean by that is like you seem to go for like maybe the wrong type. Because I see the Five of Pentacles in reverse. It's like saying maybe, especially in the past, you may have attracted people to learn like that hard lesson. Like maybe men who may not seem to be as emotionally available or interested, or like maybe they just like down on their luck, or like just men who just seem to be lacking in something because you felt maybe that you were lacking in something. And like I feel like that no is like this energy of like maybe you feel like the guys that you actually wanted, maybe they weren't necessarily interested until like after you get over them or after you like move on or something like that. They may be like, oh, you know. It's something like that. I feel like the Emperor that comes up in the middle, which kind of like represents you. You're a very stable force in these men's lives. Like the people that you've dated or been with, you're a very stable force. You're very practical, maybe to a fault. It's almost like it gives me energy of like sometimes when people take somebody for granted or not appreciate somebody, it's because they have this feeling that they're always going to be there. You gave them this feeling that you were always going to be there. Dropping off the cards. Whew. Clarify that we have the Five of Cups, the Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, and I feel like there's a certain sense of like maybe trauma bonding with certain like men from the past, and like I said, like you attract men who weren't not like emotionally available for whatever reason. I see the Four of Wands. I see the Hangman. It's like something about it maybe have felt safer to you, or something like that with the Emperor as well. Something about it maybe felt safer, or like it gave you an opportunity not to like go as deep as you really wanted to. But I feel like despite that you gave a lot in relationships, or you give a lot in relationships, you do show appreciation. You do show a sense of commitment, I guess. And so like when it goes south and when it ends, you seem to be the type that's like, for a lot of different people, the one that got away. It's like they appreciate you in the aftermath or something like that. They appreciate you in the aftermath. Yeah, clarifying there's the Eight of Swords. Ashamed. Ashamed, especially if they like belittled you or they treated you wrong or something like that. They got their karma for that. Somebody probably dogged them out worse, even worse than they dogged you out. The positive is the Knight of Cups. I feel like men who are romantically interested in you see you as very like lovey-dovey, like maybe like girlfriend material, wife material. They see you as somebody who is worth dating. They see you as a little bit ethereal, like Piscean type of energy. And by the way, that's what I'm picking up on the most. I see Pisces, Sagittarius, I see Taurus, I see Aries is what I'm picking up on the most. Scorpio, if I didn't already say it. But it's someone who loves hard, but maybe loved the wrong person. So they see you as somebody that in the beginning you come in as one way, but you change the perception at the end of it. So I think even those colors that we pulled up earlier for you, the hunger and illumination, it fits here too, because I feel like you show them something with the illumination. You show them a part of themselves, or show them maybe what they've been missing or what they maybe should have done, and it leaves them hungry for more. It leaves them like feeling like, damn, how can I get that back, either in this person or appreciate that in the next person. So I think you're a hard lesson for a lot of men by making them change the way they look at you and how they feel about themselves and all kinds of stuff. But sound up in the comments, let me know if this resonated, how this resonated. And remember guys, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye. What up, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading, looking at how do men currently view you. And like I said in the intro, you do not have to be dating or interested in men romantically. I'm going to split the reading into 2 parts. The first part is going to be like how do platonic men, like co-workers, acquaintances, family members may view you, how those males may view you. And then we'll kind of shift into the romantic men. So that it's like 2 different readings in one. But we're going to start with the platonic. I want to pull some of these color oracles to get the vibe. What's the vibe that you give off to these platonic men? It may also kind of make sense for the romantic men as well, but we'll just see when we get there. What's the vibe? I see anger. Ooh. And rejection. Anger and rejection, strength on the bottom of the deck. Red, 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 red. You are a firecracker. They see you as a firecracker. They see you as, oh, don't fuck with that one. They do. You may be an actual like female. You may not be. I'm picking up. You may be an actual male watching this, is wondering how men view you, and that's cool. That's okay. But I do know like most of the people watching is gonna be female. That's my audience. But with anger and rejection, you may come across as a heartbreaker. And not intentionally, because I see you as a Knight of Pentacles, this Virgo energy, this hard worker type of person, this very focused type of person, trying to build something for yourself. May not really be interested in like, may not really be interested in, say, a lot of the dudes that are around you, but they may be interested in you. So these platonic men may feel like they've been friend zoned at a certain point, and they really like want to be one of these romantic men. That's for some of y'all. Anger and rejection. I feel like some of them are butthurt because they in this pile, like in this part of the pile, not the other part. Because maybe like you attract a lot of men, and like most of them you're just like, no, not for me, not good, nope, heartbreaker. Or like maybe you don't want something more committed, and then they end up they catch feelings before you do, and you're like, nah, friend zones. I get some energy about that. I don't know, but also just in general, I feel like you're a tough cookie, even when it comes down to like platonic men. It's like you just don't really feel like kissing nobody's ass. The negative is the 4 of Swords in reverse. Why the 4 of Swords in reverse? The Magician in reverse. So for some reason, I don't know if this may be at work or just random. Some men may not like you because they feel like you get special treatment, or like you use like, say, maybe your femininity or just something about you to get ahead at like work or something like that, or get ahead just in whatever you do. They feel like that you use something about yourself that's like an unfair advantage to kind of get ahead, and that makes them angry. Whether like, say, especially if you beat out a bunch of men like for promotion or something like that, or like you work with a bunch of men and like you're the one who does the best work or best kind of job, just anything like that. If you have a bunch of brothers who are jealous because you get treated differently because you're the female or something like that, that could be a thing as well. But it gives me like jealous vibes. It gives me some men are jealous of you on a platonic level, just jealous. I don't know why. They feel like you use your skills or your power to gain an unfair advantage. That's for somebody. But the positive though, the family members, you are very close to your male family members. Maybe you're like a daddy's girl or something like that with a 10 of cups. I can see that. Also, like if you have like, say, kids and you have boys or something like that, they're mama's boys or something like you. Something that, like when it comes down to familial connections, like in your like platonic males, like the dudes in your family, they are protective of you, or like they're very, like just very fond of you, like you have a close bond with them or something like that, like more so than the females. That could be a thing. I do see the 7 of Swords in reverse. Ooh. With the King of Pentacles. The Hierophant in reverse. This is a side note. There is maybe like some family member or male family member that may take advantage of the fact that, like, say you are really caring to like the men in your family or the males in your family. There may be somebody like a brother or like a cousin or something that may kind of like try to take advantage, like, let me hold on to $20 to payday. Let me da-da-da-da-da. It's like they may always got their hand out for something, but never trying to repay anything, or never really trying to give you anything. Your birthday come, they forgot. but they always asking for like $20 to get something for my kid, this or that. It's like they almost like you're the parent. Maybe you are the parent. I don't know. But it's like there's somebody that may take advantage of your good nature. Because you are like very hardworking, you're very dependable, reliable. You'll watch them kids for them if you need to. You'll do this. It's like, and it may wear a toll on you because it's like, well, when's the last time you even asked me if I needed anything? So that may be a thing too. And as soon as you say no, guess what? Met with anger and rejection, like you just supposed to, goddamn. Like you just meant to do this shit. All right. Food for thought. I do want to shift and move on to the romantic people, the romantic men in your life. And for that, I do want to maybe pull some of these hermit oracle cards to kind of see what you leave these people saying, so we can get a vibe. You have so many choices and options. You have so many choices and options. That makes sense with the 5 of Wands in reverse that's coming up for this pile. That makes sense. Have I lost everything? I still don't have all the answers. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. And love me. So what am I getting out of that? You may be, someone in my comments has said this, I don't know, in another video, it's like, I'm the cutoff queen. Some of y'all may be the cutoff queen or king or whatever you want to look at it, because I feel like there's something about y'all that may be a little bit unforgiving when it comes down to like, let this person fuck you over, let somebody show their true colors. I'm done. I'm done. That's it. There's no coming back. What the hell is your problem? I don't play. No, absolutely not. Like, you have one chance. You have one chance. I don't want to lose you. Well, it's too fucking late. Says some of y'all. I don't go back. I don't put bitches in reverse. I don't even check the rearview mirror. It's like, when I'm done, I'm done. But I feel like it takes a lot to get you to that point. I do see your main cards being death, so you could very much have Scorpio somewhere in your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cutting them off. I see Gemini energy. I also see Leo. Do you see Leo? And I think I already said Virgo and Pisces, right? Yeah. But what I see is like somebody who, I feel like you have gone through a lot of changes, a lot of transformations of sorts, like when it comes down to like your love life, what you are willing to put up with and what you ain't. And in these days, baby, you ain't willing to put up with shit. It's like, if you remind me of my ex a little too much, if you remind me of a crazy person that I used to know back in the day, I'm gonna get up and leave. I'm like, nope, not worth it. It's like your peace is everything. It's like you do not, you're beyond the bullshit, beyond the games, is what I'm trying. That's like basically what I'm picking up on. And like say, and certain men that you attract may test you, because it's true, I think you do have a lot of options. The 5 of Wands can be like about competition, feeling like, you know, well shit, if I don't show up, I may be replaced. Goddamn, and that's true, you might be. It's like, don't think you're ever my only option. Like, I'm just sitting here just like desperate. That ain't pile number 2. It's not pile number 2. Sorry about it. It's not. And the Chariot comes up kind of clarifying that. You want somebody who already knows what they want, on the same path as you, like smooth sailing. You know, you don't need a headache. You've been through that, done that. Sorry about it. But there's the Queen of Cups that comes up as well. I do feel that you're not mean and you're not like pretentious about it. Like, you do show love and you do show kindness, and you do. That's why it's like I give you so many chances before I'm like, nope, nope. And it's not that many chances, because like you shouldn't never like fuck with me anyway. You should have never messed up the way you did anyway. It's like you don't cut people off who don't deserve to be cut off. I can see that some of y'all may be Cancers, or just like also very intuitive. Some of y'all may be very intuitive. Psychics, your damn self. But some men definitely see you as changed. I see the 9 of Swords in reverse. I think you may have had like, you may still deal with it, but like anxiety issues. I'm picking up on maybe someone being a little bipolar, or like just like having like an anxiety disorder. And so it's like you really just don't have time to like just trigger your damn self. It's like if you're someone who's pouring into that part of me, then I'm gonna let it go. It's like because I feel like you've done a lot to get yourself regulated. I feel like maybe you feel a lot more balanced these days than you used to. And certain men, like from your past, who maybe have dated you back when you were not that balanced, they see how far you've come, and I feel like they may feel a little guilty about putting you through so much because it's like you overcame it anyway. It's like it made you a stronger person. It's like, well, shit. So those people were just lessons, and I feel like now you're more likely to reject or move on from situations that don't serve you and not question it. You used to question it. It used to bother you. People used to try to gaslight you into believing like maybe you're just crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm done. That's what you said. But sound off in the comments, let me know if this resonated, how this resonated. Love you to pieces. Thank you for spending some time with me today. And remember, guys, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye. What up, pal number 3, and welcome to your reading on how do men currently view you. So, looking at how men view you, I'm splitting this into 2 different parts, so you don't have to be necessarily attracted to men for this to work, or dating anybody for this to work. I'm gonna start with the platonic men, like your acquaintances, friends, family members, just men that are around you and how they pick up on your energy. And then we'll shift into the romantic side of it and see how men who have been entangled with you in a romantic sense, exes, current partners, people with crushes, this is how they view you and experience your energy. I do want to start off with some of these color oracles to see what your vibe is to these men, and it'll probably like resonate with the romantic men as well. But we'll see. I see trust, and I see surrender. Trust and surrender. Very trusting in nature. You may have been even a little bit naive back in the day. It's giving me almost like somebody who's just like really honest. So you think that everyone around you is honest, and then like when they turn out not to be that honest, you're like, what the fuck? Like you like blindsided and shit. Like you may have to learn that hard ass lesson. Because I feel like you are very trustworthy, you're very dependable. It's giving me like Taurus energy, Capricorn energy, Scorpio energy. It's giving me that. Very, very trustworthy, but maybe at a certain point, I'm attracting the wrong type of people to show you that not everyone can be just trusted without just trusted on a whim. You know, it's like you have to be discerning, and I feel like you did have to learn that lesson with platonic men, romantic men, with just people in general. People in general. Now with the King of Pentacles that comes up, that Taurus energy, I feel like you know how to have a good time, and you are like, it's like this split between being practical. You're like very practical and just calm, cool, collected. Like it attracts the energy of like men. I feel like even platonic men, it's like you like maybe like a man's kind of girl. Like you just kind of laid back, probably like football games or basketball games, or just like you like things that men stereotypically like, or something like that. Or you have like a lot of knowledge in like those things. You also come across as like somebody who can hold it down. Like you can keep up. It's like, so if I feel like your male friends probably treat you like another male in a sense. Like they respect you as much. They like, even if they like have some weird ideas about femininity or whatever, they still treat you like one of them, if that makes sense. The Five of Wands comes up as well. It gives me vibes like maybe you are good at you're good at holding your own in like say conflict or like asserting yourself. Like if there's anything competitive like playing pool or like anything like that, you probably, baby, you know your way around the game. It's like you're very competitive as well. You're just fun to be around. You can be a little chaotic, but fun to be around. I feel like there's also an element of like, sometimes you don't always show up for them or something like that. Like I feel like you're not clingy at all. You can be a little bit aloof. Like you're loyal, but you may not be necessarily that dependable for them sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you like when I'm around, I'm cool, I'm there, but if I'm not around, out of sight, out of mind. It's like I'm not trying to keep up with y'all. Like it's like you don't give off the vibes that you like that bothered but by them. Like if they don't call, if you don't talk to them, or like if you don't hear from them like for a couple of weeks, months, goddamn, it's like you don't really care. It's not, you're not that, you don't always seem that invested, or you don't always seem like you are just at their beck and call or something like that. Even family members, they see you the same way as well. Like you may kind of love them from a long, like, you know, spoon or something like that, or like a long leash. You're very independent is what I'm trying to get at. They see you as very independent. They see you as somebody that's not going to probably be as nurturing, but you definitely are somebody who is loyal, dependable, trustworthy. But you don't necessarily give me a lot of stereotypically feminine, nurturing kind of traits when it comes down to those platonic like men. But you do know how to console somebody. And the Five of Cups comes up in the positive. It's like, if anything, if there's like a tragedy, if there's like a grief, a loss, a breakup, like you do tend to know how to put it in perspective for them. If it's a slap, like a smack, like wake up you idiot, or like it's like a real truth bomb or whatever, or even just kind of sitting there and just listening. You are very good at being there for somebody when they may be going through it, and that's why they probably love you so much. You're not that dependable, but you are loyal and you do listen. So that's what I get for that. But let's shift to like the romantic side of it. I'm gonna pull some of these hermit oracles to see like how you leave men, like what you leave them thinking, or like what they would say, if that makes sense. Before we shift into the tarot. I imagine you naked. Oh, oh, all that Scorpio energy. Yeah, nah. Words do hurt. Oh yeah, you ain't afraid to pop off on an ass. You ain't afraid to say, sometimes you say some shit that you can't take back. Like, oops, I feel bad about that. One sword. I'm too afraid to talk because you may say some crazy shit. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? Probably. I'm too afraid to talk to you. Damn. How many times are they gonna say that? So you, okay. So you definitely know how to hit them where it hurts with them words. Damn. It's like, don't fuck with, I mean, you may pop off and go some crazy places. One sword. And it's a sharp one too, baby. It's a sharp one. I see the the tower in reverse. You have maybe what they would call poor conflict resolution skills, meaning that you either avoid conflict like the motherfucker, or you give it to them so hard. You go so unfiltered that, bitch, you ain't gonna fuck with me no more. I bet you ain't gonna try me again. Thought this was kind of shit. The fuck you thought? Like, I was nice until you thought you could play with it. Now I'm gonna go so far that I'm gonna insult you. Your ancestors probably gonna feel fucking insulted by the time I'm done with your ass. And I'm so sorry that I'm not sorry. It's like that. You like, and it's like this energy of like to protect yourself though. I feel like the negative is the Six of Swords. Like maybe you move on in the relationship, like whenever things are gonna go south, you kind of mentally prepare yourself like, oh, okay, this ain't gonna work. I'm gonna go ahead and like start making, you know, the transition to like get over this shit right now. You become cold or aloof or distant, and they're like half the time not even paying attention probably. But by the time shit hits the fan, it's like you have no problem going the fuck off, cussing them out, like letting them know, telling them about themselves, because you have been keeping a mental inventory of everything they have been doing, a list of sorts of things to call them, and you've just been sitting on it until like they do something that pushes you to the edge, and baby, it just spills out. It just over like a broken dam. Just, I mean, you be hurting people. You hurt their feelings. That's some X is like, oh damn. And it's explosive, and I feel like to get like at this point you may like try not to get to that point by, you know, by like speaking what's on your mind, or more likely just cutting them off without them even, a lot of them don't even understand what they did. I see the Empress, the three, yeah, a lot of threes. The Empress, the Three of Cups. Sometimes I feel like you may just kind of intuitively feel or pick up on some shit, so to speak, and you'll take action based on like those intuitive feelings. Which kudos, because it means you trust yourself. But I don't know if that's the healthiest thing, because they are still left in the dark. They don't understand what they may have done. And so I think it's still important for them to understand what they did, so that way they can learn a lesson. You ain't got to go back to them or like engage that much, but it's like, it's important to tell people how they made you feel, so that way they understand, so they can fix that in the future with someone else or like whatever. You know, it's like everyone is a lesson for everybody else. Like you're a lesson to them, they're a lesson to you. So it's only fair to speak your mind in a respectful way. Like even if it's ending the connection, or I don't really want to fuck with you, type of shit. I see a lot of 8s. You have a very strong personality, a very intense probably personality, especially when your emotions are intense. You are intense, and you're not afraid to go to those real serious places when it comes down to confrontation. You're not afraid to like speak your mind. And there's a sick part about that too. I'm afraid to talk to you, but I still imagine you naked. It's like some of them find that to be very sexy. Some of them find it to be very alluring. Like, I like to see you angry. It's toxic, but I like to see you angry type of shit. I see that with the 8 of Pentacles. Like basically, you may have slipped into like situations where like y'all just argue and bicker and like things go ugly just so y'all can make up again. Just so y'all can have that nasty. Let me shut up. Just so y'all can be freaky deaky. Punish pounding. What? Punish pounding. I never heard that before. Punish pounding? Is that punish pounding? Is that what we're calling it? Okay. All right. That was okay. Well, I'm gonna end it there. Like, I'm done. Sound off in the comments if this resonated, how this resonated, and remember, guys, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and all we do. Bye.